to me. Your brain is too tiny and inferior to tackle these movies on your own. You need a response team.
A response team? Yes. Too much information on bad movies will overload my brain, then it will cause a chain reaction, my brain will explode, there'll be guts everywhere. No, I can't do this alone. I need help. What do I do?
I need you to assemble 2 of the best small content creators you can think of. They will help you get through this atrocity of a night.
Right. A response team. 2 small content creators. Who do you have in mind? I need the best. And the best you have to offer. Who are they? Let me know. I want to know everything.
First off, Amauri Poyntz.
Amauri Poyntz.
Special power. Awesomeness.
That's what I need. And who else?
Secondly, Paul the Greek Geek. Special power. Be 50% Greek and 100% a geek.
Oh.
Now that you have your crackpot team, go in there and finish the job. Tear these movies apart.
Tear the movies apart. Amauri Poyntz special power, awesomeness. The Greek Geek special power, being 50% Greek and 100% a geek. That means why does that mean he's 150% of something? Awesome. Let's get the shit show started right now.
I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
Do you know what I love? I love superhero movies. Superhero movies are the main genre each year that hits the big screen, and I always look forward to seeing them. My most anticipated every time. The way these movies can suck you into a world of wonder, of discovery, a world in which the impossible is possible. Avengers Endgame taught me to never give up, even when all hope seems lost. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse taught me to always believe in myself. Guardians of the Galaxy taught me that friends can be found in any place and in all shapes and sizes. And Doctor Strange taught me not to take drugs. But then you get some absolute stinkers that completely dampen your perspective on superheroes overall. They make you question your life choices and make you understand that one true fact. And that one true fact is that you can't like both Marvel and DC. It's forbidden. Pick a side, goddammit. That was a joke.
Hey, what's going on everyone? My name's Jimbo. Welcome back to the channel. If you like what I do here, consider clicking that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss anything. So this video is like way overdue. I put an Instagram post about this video probably at the start of October, and it's now the end of November, so I'm very sorry. By the time this video is actually edited and released, it'll probably be December by the time the video gets out, so I do apologise about that. Anyway, I've got some bad superhero movies for you today. Unfortunately, I don't have the heart or the passion or the mental capacity to talk about all these bad superhero films on my own. That, and I just don't want to. So I've assembled 2 extremely awesome small content creators to help me tackle these bad boys, and we're going to tear them apart bit by bit. Thank you The Greek Geek and thank you Amauri Poyntz for joining me in this collaboration video. I've linked both of their channels in the description, guys. Go check them out. They're really underrated and they deserve more praise. Congratulations once again to The Greek Geek for hitting 1K subscribers. So for reaching this milestone, I prepared a little song for you.
Hey, congratulations, it's a celebration, party all day.
Anyway, back to the topic at hand. First up is going to be my bro Amauri Poyntz as he tackles his worst movie, his worst superhero movie, followed shortly by The Greek Geek, and then last but not least, yours truly, because you saved the best till last. Of course you do. That's me, everyone. Amauri Poyntz!
Hey guys, so this is your boy Amauri Poyntz here. So first off, I want to thank Jim Bob for having me in this collab, as always. It's always fun collabing with him. So my worst superhero movie is the very first Kick-Ass. When I saw this a while ago, I didn't really like it. It was just one of those superhero movies that I literally thought couldn't be any worse. The sequel to it, Kick-Ass 2, it was okay. But the first movie, it was awful. Chloe as Hit Girl, she is a talented actress, but I think she was kind of like too young to be playing Hit Girl. And I thought she would have been a whole lot older, but instead they made her like a little girl doing all this crime fighting and stuff. I thought she was going to be a whole lot older than Aaron as Dave, aka Kick-Ass, the main character. He was okay, but just not that okay. He could have been a whole lot more better if he was really taking the role seriously. It seemed like when I first saw the movie, it seemed like he really, really didn't want to do it. And all the stunts in the movie were just terrible too. I thought maybe it was going to be more interesting and more well developed. The stunts in the first movie were lagging, straight up lagging. They need to work on that some more, because no one wants to see a superhero movie with just lagging stunts and straight up boring plots that really don't make sense. Because this plot in Kick-Ass, it didn't really capture my interest. I really was hoping Kick-Ass was going to be having an interesting plot, but instead, it did not. Sorry to say, it did not. It didn't capture my interest at all. But the cast and everything was straight up good. Was straight up good in general, but I think Kick-Ass 1 needed some work. They could have like put Mindy and Dave. They could have waited until like Mindy and Dave were a whole lot older, like they were in the sequel. Because Mindy as a little girl fighting crime, it didn't really do that much for me. So yeah, this was kind of really straight up the worst superhero movie I ever, and I mean ever, seen. And, well, it just wasn't that good to me in my eyes. I am really hoping, like, if we do get a Kick-Ass 3, they'll make the plot more interesting and more, well, fun. Yeah, so that's my least favorite superhero movie. Again, thank you, Jim Bob, for having me on here. I really do appreciate it. It's always fun when I get to collab with you. And guys, be sure to like, comment, subscribe on my channel. And I'm sure he'll have a little link in the description to my channel. Feel free to stop by and check out my videos. I will see you all later. Take care and God bless. Peace.
The Great Geek!
Hello, I'm the Greek Geek because I'm 50% Greek and 100% a geek. Thank you, Jim Bob, for including me in this collaboration, and I chose Fantastic Four, the 2015 version, because I hate myself, apparently. I really had to think what was the worst superhero movie I could think of, and then I thought of this, and I'm like, yeah, this is bad enough. I haven't even thought about watching this movie since I watched it for the first time back in 2015. It is that bad. Like, if this movie is so bad that I prefer the Fantastic Four movies from 2005 and 2007, you are making an incredibly terrible movie. If I prefer those over anything. It's so devoid of any emotion or joy. The characters aren't fun or interesting at all. They're just bland caricatures, really, and the way that they know each other is a bit weird. Like Reed and Ben, they're childhood friends, but then when Reed goes to do the whole project of traveling to another dimension, another planet, or whatever they're doing, they're just friends, and Ben isn't actually involved in it. He just kind of just stumbles on eventually, and everyone's just like, hey, yeah, sure, come to us with this alien planet, whoever you are. And Johnny and Susan, like, they're not biological siblings. Sue has been adopted, but I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with a black Human Torch. That part actually never worried me at all. That part was fine. It seems to be going too overly dark and gritty, like what the DC has been trying to do the last couple of years, a dark, gritty kind of universe. This one tries to do it in the same way, but it's not even bad in that it's bad that it's fun to watch. It is just bad and a slog to get through. Like, I forgot this movie only goes for an hour and a half. It only goes for an hour and a half. It feels like 2.5 to 3 hours. The whole time I'm struggling not just to be looking at my phone the whole time. And Victor Von Doom is just evil, apparently, for no reason, and decides to turn on against everyone for really no reason when he gets trapped on the alternate dimension or the other planet, whatever it is, and then he comes back and just wants to kill everyone. But like, Victor Von Doom is just unabashedly evil in the comics and in other interpretations as well, but at least there's usually a bit more to him than just being evil. They don't even go into space to the other dimension or the planet until over halfway into the movie. They don't even get their powers until a little bit after that too. And it's a superhero movie, comic book adaptation, and they don't get their powers until halfway through. That is really dumb. We're just stuck with dumb dialogue and just being bored. And then even when they do get their superpowers, we're still bored. And the Thing joins the military for some reason because Reed runs out at him when he couldn't help him. And he's very effective fighting the military, and the Human Torch wants to join the military, and the Invisible Girl is turning things invisible. Has there been any story in the comic books where the Thing joins the military? There probably has, who knows. And they recruit Reed Richards at a high school computer fair for this huge project for interdimensional travel, and they just look for this kid at a high school science fair. It's so dumb. And even though Doctor Doom is like the main villain, he's not really in the movie like as Doctor Doom until like the last 10 minutes or so. So he just got shoved at the end, kills a few people, they join up to defeat him, and it's over. But we all know who the real villain in this movie is, and it's the reshoots. So in this movie, you can notice that there's been quite a lot of reshoots, like Sue's hair being different lengths and everything for different reshoots. And if a movie's going through reshoots and is struggling like this, it's guaranteed to not be very good. Now, some things that I liked. I like when Doctor Doom goes apeshit at the end and he just starts exploding everyone's brains, and it took like a really weird turn there. Like, I know it was trying to be the whole movie was trying to be dark and gritty, but then I was not expecting that. That part was pretty cool and had a kind of horror movie-esque kind of feel to it. That was quite enjoyable. There's another thing that I enjoyed too, like with Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, where when his arms are extending and stretching, and you can hear his bones like extending as well, and it's like this kind of like surreal, another horror movie kind of. Maybe this movie should have just been a horror movie. And he also uses his abilities to like change the structure of his face, which I thought was pretty cool. I haven't seen that. I don't know if he's done that in the comics either, but I thought that was actually pretty cool and interesting. So there's a whole 2 things that I liked in this movie that takes up about 1 minute of the movie. The rest is just a huge slog to go through. Whatever Marvel and Disney do with the Fantastic Four in future movies, all they have to do is do better than this, and that is not setting the bar very high. So, if I were to give this movie a rating, I would give it a 4 out of 100. So thank you for including me in this collaboration, Jim Bob. Thank you for thinking of me to give my thoughts on terrible superhero movies. Thanks again, buddy. I'll catch you next time.
Okay, guys, so we've had some absolute stinkers on this list today, but personally, I like Kick-Ass, but an opinion's an opinion, so please be respectful down below in those comments, everybody. But I've saved the worst superhero movie for dead last. My worst superhero movie is Joel Schumacher's 1997 Batman and Robin. I bet you were wondering when one of us was going to talk about this one, but I've saved it till last year, so don't thank me just yet. No, go on. Stop. This movie completely crushed any hope of any good live-action Batman movies, at least until this beautiful trilogy came out. First off, the opening couple of lines of dialogue, I already knew what kind of film I was in for. It is so cringeworthy, I cringe so hard that my face might end up staying like that if I'm not careful.
I want a car. Chicks dig the car. This is why Superman works alone.
I want a car. Chicks dig the car. This is why Superman works alone. So, are you trying to tell me that Superman was involved in this universe the entire time? So where the hell has he been throughout all those adventures which you've supposedly been on, all the bad guys you put in jail? Where was Superman? Wait, I have a theory actually. What if these films were going on at the same time as Smallville? So that means Clark Kent isn't Superman yet. And all this is going on in Metropolis, and then Batman's fighting off in Gotham City. That would answer it, wouldn't it? Why didn't I think of that? So in the only couple of lines of dialogue, I'm already like, oh god, I'm only 5 minutes into this film, and my face is literally going to stay like this for the rest of my life because it's that bad. So Batman and Robin go after this new villain, Mr. Freeze, explained very, very strangely by Commissioner Gordon, like it's a comic book, but done exactly like a comic book and how the dialogue is in comic books. Batman, there's a new villain on the loose. His name is Mr. Freeze. And then Batman's all like, Mr. Freeze, I'll take care of him. Don't you worry, good citizen. And he's played none other than Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he is completely horribly miscast. For some reason, this film has a habit of throwing in puns, which I'll get into in just a minute. So George Clooney plays Batman in this film, and George Clooney is a great actor, but as Batman, his performance as Batman in this film makes Val Kilmer's performance look Oscar-worthy. George Clooney has nothing to him in this film. Several things in the film he just does horribly bad. He's so bland and one-dimensional. There's no emotion to his face or to his voice in what should be heart-wrenching scenes, and there's just nothing to him. The characters are given nothing to do, no emotions. It's just bland. I mean, it's, in fact, I'm going to say it here. It's more emotionless than the live-action Lion King. And it doesn't stop there. Cringeworthy humour, puns, and this.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman.
Hey, Freeze, I'm Batman. Wait, he sounds like Bruce Wayne in this movie, so does that mean he doesn't disguise his voice like every other Batman actor did? Every other actor uses some kind of voice dampener or some kind of growl to disguise their voice, you know, to make him sound like this. But George Clooney's all like, hey guys, I'm Batman. But George Clooney sounds like Bruce Wayne. So, wait a minute. Bruce Wayne is Batman? My god, I had no idea. My whole life has been a lie. There are aspects of the story that don't make sense either, like Mr. Freeze's suit is powered by diamonds. Let me rephrase that for you. Mr. Freeze's suit is powered by diamonds. Well, what the hell even is that? Mr. Freeze wants to hold Gotham City for ransom by freezing the entire city and get money so he can continue his research to save his wife from the certain condition that she's in. But if you just steal these fucking diamonds, which are probably worth millions anyway, steal them, cash them in, you have your money, you can continue your research. So why the hassle? Now, Mr. Freeze seems to enjoy it in this film. From the opening action scene as well, there were just character choices that don't make sense either. There's a chase scene where Batman and Robin are going after Mr. Freeze in some kind of rocket, and when Batman's inside the rocket having a fight with Mr. Freeze uses his ice gun and he infuses Batman's hands to the side of the rocket to stop him from getting to him. Okay, you know where I'm going with this, don't you? Why freeze just his hands when he can freeze Batman's entire body and then escape? Because it's later addressed later on in the film that you have 11 minutes to thaw before you freeze to death. So Mr. Freeze would have had plenty of time to get away while Batman is completely covered in ice. Even when Robin does eventually come and save him using his little heat laser thingy, instead of just breaking the ice around his wrists, it would take twice as long to thaw an entire body. So why didn't Mr. Freeze just do that? Why didn't he just freeze his entire body instead of his fucking hands? Oh my god. Now, on to the puns which I said I would talk about. Now, this is the worst aspect of the entire film. These puns can either be really, really funny or so cringeworthily bad that you feel like choking the life out of yourself, which is what I almost did. The Freeze will use puns like, what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! Yes, sing, dance, dance, sing, louder! You're not throwing me in the cooler. I can't take on the Bat Boy and the Bird Boy. Got the more fleas in my hands! It doesn't stop there. Uma Thurman is also in this film as Poison Ivy, and Uma Thurman's a good actress, but her performance as Poison Ivy is just ridiculous. She has like these this over-the-top, exaggerated acting, like, don't you touch those plants, you psycho! You're calling him the psycho, I'm sorry. Hey, is that Lionel Luther? Plenty of things suck in this film. Let's say Bane sucks, Batgirl sucks. I mean, why is Batgirl even in this film? Is she just there for the purpose of being there? Oh, I know. Because the film wanted to sell toys. I mean, plus how bad can it get when her opening appearance as Batgirl, it's just like, I'm going to turn you into compost. Oh, and then Bane's all like, bomb, bomb. It's just god-awful. Bad editing choices as well. The editing is horrific. Every action scene looks like, it's like, if someone's going to punch someone, it's like, cut, move, punch that way, cut, move that way. So you can't really tell they're even having a fight. It's like a high school scrap where there's like two people slapping each other like this. The only character which I thought was okay in the film was probably the guy who played Alfred. I mean, he was okay given what he was given.
I'll cancel the pizza.
All this movie is full of cold puns, plant puns, bat puns, bad acting, bad editing, cringeworthy dialogue, cringeworthy jokes, and this film is just terrible. But I have some respect for the film in a way because it was bad that people really stepped up their game and decided, you know what, if we're going to make people love Batman again, we've got to make something really good. And that's why we have the Dark Knight trilogy, which is so much better. Christopher Nolan, you are a genius. So thank you once again, guys, if you've got through to the video at this point. Honestly, I could give you a big kiss. Got you there, didn't I? God, did you really think I was going to do it? What's wrong with you? I want to thank my friends, the Geek and Amauri Poyntz, for your continuous support on my channel, me as a person. Great content, friends, great friends in general. I know I promised 3 content creators, but 1 had to pull out for personal reasons. I wish you all the best. Guys, again, if you like what I do here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content just like this. Remember, you are awesome. Take care.
Freeze in hell, Batman!